industrial buildings, and we are the piece of land between the two stations. It was covered in rail infrastructure, tracks, old warehouses in 2000. And the first thing they had to do was to work out how do we want it to be laid out. And the trick was the buildings themselves, because they create the place. And the streets and squares made government and local communities, everybody had things. Some have been created sense of community. This was not meant to be an elite place, a super luxury. And this is a rather nice water feature.
Where are you from, boss?
Shapes and heights and columns and agreement on all of that. Now there's the Google headquarters, this building here, which is just being very science based on energy research. Investment fund with a UK developer called Reef, a different developer from Argent. And the building over there, which you can see nearing completion, the taller building, that is our new eye hospital. And this will all be
Share with me what the minister of the then we can ask him to ask
and I can have conversations about it.
Mute, it's bad.
Rail transport, rail transport. So you can see the fact. Together. And this is now a very, very important research centre, and it's going to have an involvement
like this. So just a sort of simple.
Architecture has changed.
Yeah, but the city was still here in the feature of London over the last 100 years. And then he set out a plan which he worked with Richard Rogers, the famous architect, for infrastructure in particular. Often that was post-industrial land where you had railway lands, or make sure that because you had connectivity and public transport that was at those centres. So Wembley Stadium is the first you'll see up here, and that it's the National Rent Properties, quite an intense piece of development there up in
Thank you, Prime Cabinet Secretary, for making this happen, bringing us to London, St. Pacras and the King Cross station. The concept of how to redevelop the old city, like the concept we are really seeking to implement at home, the Nairobi railway city. Looking at what has been done here at King Cross and St. Pacras International, and really contextualizing the program we have at home for the Nairobi railway city, and where we are today, we need to move with speed to be able to develop this kind of facilities. This sits, Your Excellency, on 68 acres, and back at home we have the Nairobi railway city sitting at 420 plus acres. So development of that infrastructure, supported by the living infrastructure with the kind of spaces that we have seen here in London, supported by the infrastructure, transport, the railways, and the commuter rail system we are developing, is something that we really need to pay attention, having seen what London has done. I think we go back home with a renewed, eager vision to be able to accomplish that which has already been done. And a lot of work has been done already. We've seen the design, we've seen the financing models which have gone through cabinet. We've seen the feasibility studies done and approved, and therefore really with this visit it opens new horizons in terms of actualizing and developing the programs. Vision bearer, I don't think we need presidency to be the kind of vision bearer, and we'll be seeking to ensure that leadership from the top do carry the vision, and we develop this kind of people-centered facilities using the kind of spaces that we have, and really to consider that government land, we do not have to have the seed capital to buy the land, and the infrastructure already developed around that. We should be able to actualize this, walk through that journey, and give our Nairobians, our Kenyans, the kind of facilities that we've seen here in London. I think there's so much work done already, and we'll be picking up from there.
We came in to have a two-day conversation with the British government, basically on the issue of Kenya's program with them, the UKAEF, focusing on the renewal and modernization of the Nairobi railway city. So the concept that we have had an opportunity to tour today is more or less the concept that is going to be designed with sufficient adjustments in the context of the Nairobi railway city. What we are seeing here is just a portion of it, but this has now become a big economy, and it was rehabilitated from a derelict site, a place that has more or less been abandoned, but all of a sudden it has become a new economic hub. So every day, every hour, they have about 28,000 people transiting and moving in this station. So it's a serious economic hub, and this is one of the key arrangements or programs that the President of Kenya has been working on as part of reviving the economy in key sectors. So you can imagine if we alter the whole of the railway city, improve on transport, improve on connectivity, bring new investors into the area. Like here as we stand, we have Google and others who have brought their headquarters here. There's even a university here. So this is the kind of concept that is being planned for the railway city in Nairobi, modernizing our railway station, which is historic, and then developing the facilities around it. So I'm here with the chairman of the parliamentary committee, Honorable George Kariuki, chairman for transport, the Honorable Zahir, who is also a member of the transport committee, which is very important in helping us deal with the issues within parliamentary context.